Hi, I'm Brodnax, President and CEO of the Real Estate Staging Association. I'm here in beautiful New York City to get up close and personal with Cathy Hobbs. She's a RESA member, a 5-time Emmy Award winner, an interior designer, and a home stager. And you may have even seen her on HGTV Design Star.
Welcome to Brooklyn.
Thank you. Glad to be here. This is great.
All the way from California.
So much energy happening so early in the morning.
That's right. This is New York. We're going to go to a music class, and then we'll go by a property that I staged. So it'll be really good.
Can't wait to see it.
So, Shell, this is Brooklyn. My husband and I moved here about 6 years ago. You know, it's a little bit more relaxed than Manhattan, so we like it.
We were looking around for something to do, something fun for families too.
I spend a lot of time with her, which is really important to have us do activities together.
Hello, Logan. Good to see you too. Hello.
We do language classes together. We read stories during the day, just all the things that really, I think, are important in her development.
Boys and girls, everybody gets to be a helper. We're gonna say bye-bye, shakers. Bye-bye, shakers. Bye-bye, shakers. We'll see you again next time.
Say bye, music class. So, yeah, so that's music class.
So you loved it. She loved it, obviously.
Yeah, we come once a week.
Once a week?
Once a week.
And so you take a first stroll once a week and you come down here and you do your mommy, me class?
Yeah, I mean, we do classes practically every day. Basically, I spend a good part of the day with her. We'll do a music class like you just saw. Then we'll come to the park. She loves the swings. We'll walk around. You know, I'm a mom. You know, I'm a mom first. You ready? Whee! That was fun for Mama, too. Mwah.
So I would assume one of the great things about being a businesswoman with your own business, obviously you get to pick your own schedule. Yeah. How does that correlate with your clients and being able to balance being a mom and a wife with your business?
Well, the reality is that this isn't a 24-hour job, right? So I schedule appointments with clients, and I have days where I'm designing, I have days where I'm shopping for clients, I have days where I'm meeting with vendors for clients, and it just all works out. The main thing is you're in control of your schedule.
Right.
You know, Shell, one of the most rewarding parts about being a mom is that I'm able to be a mom. I tried for years, for 3 years, and you know, it just wasn't working. And then all of a sudden,
surprise.
Surprise.
She's here.
She's here.
And she's amazing.
She is amazing. He's saying, I'm hungry, Mama. I'm hungry, Mama. Seed. Drop. This is why you're working hard and you're trying to be a good person and good to people, is to basically be a good mom. Right. Can Mama have one? Can Mama have one? Interior design is actually a second career for me in home staging. I was a reporter for 20 years. I actually started reporting when I was in college. You know, when I was coming up as a reporter and I was young and I couldn't really afford to furnish my apartment, I would go to thrift stores and I would rip off fabrics off the sofas and I would make my own pillows and make my own shower curtains. And a friend of mine said, you know, I think you have a knack for design. So I moved to New York and I was still doing an evening newscast, and I would go to design school during the day and then I would go to the television station at night and cover the news. It took me 7 years to finish. For me, home staging was just a wonderful addition to my design business. Essentially what happened is this part of Brooklyn just blossomed as far as new developments, and a lot of developers started asking me to do their model residences. And so that's how I started staging. And over here, this is an area called Brooklyn Heights. And actually, when I did a show called HGTV Design Star, that's where we were. We were over there, and you can see how close I was, but I wasn't able to contact my family.
What would make you audition for a reality show?
I wanted to audition specifically for Design Star because I'm an interior designer and stager, and the prize is your own show on HGTV. And I thought this was a great opportunity for me to marry design, staging, and television into one package. So I said, why not?
How many people audition?
Probably about 7,000.
Okay.
They held casting calls in 7 major cities, and thousands of people also sent in a tape. In the very end, they flew 45 people here to New York to audition before HGTV executives, and 12 were chosen out of the 45.
Wow, that's quite an accomplishment. So when you discuss this finally with your husband and you make a choice as a family to do this, how long were you going to actually have to be away from your husband and your daughter?
Design Star told us that we would be gone approximately 2.5 months, which is a really long time. It was a huge sacrifice. I mean, I was leaving a baby behind. I remember the day that I left, I was sobbing. And my husband looked at me and he said, "Don't worry about us, just do the best you can." Every night when I was in my room, I would look at their picture, I would look at my daughter's picture and my husband's picture, and I would cry sometimes. It was reality, but it wasn't really real world.
Right.
You're not given the real life tools that you would to really do a project. You're not given the real timeline that you would to do a project. And at the end of the day, even though you're paired with a fellow designer, you're really not on a team. I mean, in the sense that they are purposely putting 12 people together and pitting them against each other, and every week someone's going home.
Right.
We all, lived together, and we all got along. We were making breakfast for each other in the morning. We were having dinners together. We were sharing rooms and bathrooms. And for the little bit of time that the show was filming, we were a family. That was us. And it was sad when people started to leave the show because you did have a bond. So Shell, this is my loft.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me about how you choose your design for this room.
Well, one of the things that I love are woods. I just love really natural elements. So like this particular table actually used to be an old coal car that they used to pull coal in the coal mines. And I like it because it is really functional. I mean, you can stand on it. You can sit on it, and it's just a great coffee table, and it brings in natural elements like the metal and the wood. And then my husband's from Germany, so we travel a lot, and I like to really bring in pieces that are from around the world. So like this urn is from Indonesia, and the mask is during a trip from South Africa, we picked it up. But I just like bringing in global elements. I think it's fun. What started as a hobby when I was single, traveling just really turned into a passion. One of the things I also have is this big kitchen, which is great because I can kind of entertain my guests, interact with them, watch my daughter,
Absolutely.
And just do it right here.
Now, I love the kitchen, I love the design, and I love the colors and the way you've pulled it all together. But on the way over here, I noticed down here, and I won't bring them all out, but there's not one, but there are 5 Emmys.
Yeah.
Tell me about these.
I don't talk about the Emmys much. I won these as a reporter. I'm really, really proud of them. Don't really talk about them much. Design Star, when I was on Design Star, they wanted me to talk about the Emmys. I didn't necessarily want to talk about the Emmys. I know people who have them in cases. I just keep them here, on a shelf. You can see that they're covered in dust. There is one that I am really proud of, and it's this one here. It was done when I was a reporter in Washington in the mid-90s. It was a story about 4 boys who had been friends since childhood, and as students in high school, 2 of them had cancer.
Oh, wow.
And we followed them for a year, and their families led us, into their lives, and one of the boys died in the course of the year. And this was 15 years ago, and to this day, his mother still sends me a Christmas card. So, Shell, this is an example of an apartment that I recently staged.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Thank you. So this is an example of my work. We brought in this table. They had a really large overstuffed table pressed against the wall here. Really difficult for people to see the spaciousness and how they can have a table here. So I put a round table here to maximize space. Added some artwork tied everything in with some beautiful taupes and greens and actually brought some life to the space with some accessories. And hopefully when potential buyers come in, they have this feeling of spaciousness and airiness and they feel welcome.
So how would you describe your design style?
In a nutshell, my design style is really approachable and I have been told really understandable. For me, I always wanted to make design attainable to people. When I was young and I couldn't afford to buy beautiful furniture and accessories, I would have never been able to afford an interior designer. So I always wanted to make my fees, my company approachable to people. I always take on projects regardless of the size or the budget, and I say, we'll make it work.
So what's next for Cathy Hobbs?
What's next for Cathy Hobbs is, I hope, definitely my own show. I'd love to do some products. I'd love to design some furniture and bedding and continue with television, because that's really what I know. I know television, I know design, and I know staging. And I'd love to be able to marry it all into a nice business. I work very hard. I work a lot. At the end of the day, no matter how hard you work, to me, enjoying it with your family and the people who you love and the people who love you, that's why you're doing it. Shell, I just want to say thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the day.
I had an amazing time, and thank you for allowing me to get a little glimpse of what it's like to be in your life. You're an amazing wife, mom, designer, home stager. I wish you the best of luck. The entire home staging industry is looking forward to seeing what's next for Cathy Hobbs.
Shell, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Oh, have a safe trip back.
I will.
I got one more task for you, though.
Uh-oh.
Before you go, you got to master the task of hailing a New York City taxi cab.
Okay.
Take you back to your